This conference will now be recorded.
So now we are going to discuss about user module. So in this user module, what you are going to do exactly? So that is the most important thing. So before that, what is the users here? What are the users here in Linux? So you already know the Linux administration. So what Linux administrator will do and all. So in this, there is a user concept. So one of the module is user module. So let me connect to AWS and let me take the server, then we will start there. So you already know how to create the server. I already created. I just need to connect to the AWS server. So once we connected to AWS server, then we will connecting in the sense like how you are connecting. Definitely there is a user. Which user we are connecting? What are the different users we have? We will understand one by one. Okay. So this is AWS. This is nothing to do with Linux. Just I have a server in AWS. I'm taking the server IP address. That's all, you are all set. So imagine you have the server in your company. So why the server? Anyone any idea why we need server? First of all,
To connect to any services.
no. Why we need server? To run the applications, right? The final aim of the server is any across the world. The server meaning is the if there is, imagine there is a physical server. On top of that there is a physical server. On top of that there is a operating system. On top of that there is a database. On top of that there is a application. On top of that business people will do the business. That means the server is the main component, and in that operating system Linux we are installing. Then we are installing database like MySQL database. Then we are hosting a website, and that website is used by the customers to buy the product or to sell the product or whatever it is. So this is the total aim of the server. So if you are not sure like how the server look like, so I will show you how the server look like. Okay, the server is like we have the different servers. We will talk about that, but at least um, Dell servers. So Dell server, imagine there is a Dell servers, there is a HP servers. These companies are selling the servers. These are like look like servers are look like this. Okay, just imagine PowerEdge server. Okay, so like different servers like rack servers. So the racks and all. We'll talk more about this, but at least server in your mind you need to keep in like okay the server look like this and all. So that there is no difference between server and server and your desktop. So imagine you have the desktop, your laptop, and imagine there is a one big server. What do you think? What is the difference in between these two? This is your laptop or desktop, right? This is your server. What is the difference? What do you think? Anyone?
That desktop is something UI, service is backend.
Yeah, that means there is no big difference in between these two. With respect to computer point of view, both are computers only. But this is the big computer, this is the small computer. Here also RAM is there, here also RAM is there, here also CPU, here CPU, memory, power supply, and network card. Everything is same as it is. There is no difference at all. Then how this become as a desktop? How this become as a server? Because whatever the operating system you brought it right from Microsoft, for example, if you install 2010 operating system on this mission, then this become as a desktop, because this software make this system as a desktop. Not by default, this is not the desktop. The operating system says this is desktop. If we install the same 2010 here also, this become as a desktop. It is not act as a server. Here 2020, 2000 or something Linux or any software we are installing. That's why this become as a server. The software decides whether it is desktop or server. I hope everyone understand the difference between desktop and server. And again, the server is big because here in desktop is not big applications and all. That's why you can keep it like only one CPU. Here it is 10 CPU, 100 CPU, 20 CPU, like that, more CPUs. Here only one slot of memory. Here like 10 slots, 20 slots inside the memory chips and all. And here it is CPU, power supply is only one power supply. Here it is like 3 to 4 power supply. Here it is one disk. Here it is 50 disks, 100 disks, like that. You guys are understanding the difference between why this become as a server, why this become as a desktop. Anyone not clear, let me know the difference between desktop and server. So if you understand this, now the server is the main component. So that server, why, if one company like Citibank is buying a server, so why they are buying a server? That server they are buying for to host a database, to host a application, like that. Once they buy the server, they will install the operating system. On top of that, they will install the Microsoft database, MySQL database, or Oracle database, or any kind of Postgres database, any kind of database they will install. After that, whatever the software developed by the developers are hosted here on the website or anything. So it is hosted, and then it is giving to the outsourcing to the people to manage, and then the business people will start their business and all. So finally, this server purpose is to run the business. The business is running on top of the application. For example, uh, if you go to the Walmart, there is a barcode. There is a barcode. You can take one of your clothes or something. Then you can go to the barcode mission. Just scan that. That's all. So then you can understand how price and all. Okay, that is the where you are doing this thing. That is the application. This application is this is
Okay.
that application is running on top of the database, because where your products and all are running on the database. The database is running on the operating system. That's all. So the finally people are accessing the application by doing this. I mean that Walmart is doing the business by using this application. So that is the one thing. Then coming to here, we are very clear about what is the server. So now coming to this server. So in this server, who is the head? Who is the main owner of who is the main owner of this server? Who is maintaining this server? So that is the root user. Root user is the main user. That is the operating system. Root user is main user. He can able to log in into the system, and he can do anything with the Linux server, because this is the root user. That is the super user. That is the main user. It is the account user. Then who is having access for this? We are all, because we are into the Linux administrator. So that we only managing the entire server. That's why we are all having the root access. Along with that, I already explained there is a database team, there is an application team, there someone is monitoring this server, so there is a monitoring team. There is some team is automating the environment, so there is another team, network team, security team. So many teams are working in this system along with you, so that you are the root, you are the main user. The rest of all users are the normal users. So now you are very clear about there is a different users are there. We are talking about user administration chapter, right? In that user administration chapter, we are talking about how the users and all, what are the different users, those points also we discussing. Now coming to anyone, any questions here about user related? First of all, who is the users in Unix? Anyone not clear, let me know, I will explain about that. Everyone with me? Shravya,
Yeah, I understand.
you got this right, like
Yeah.
users, who is the users, meaning, and why users and all. So
Mm.
once you understand what are the different users we have the root users I just explained. So that means like you can connect to the system using root user. You can provide the IP address and you can log in. First of all, that is the one thing. The second thing is where you are going to log in, from where you are going to log in. That is the one more important. You are the person working for, you are the person working for TCS from India. So you are the person working for a TCS company as a Linux engineer, as a AWS engineer, as a system engineer, whatever it is. And Citibank, I mean TCS client is the Citibank. Citibank. So in Citibank, they have the one data center and there is a lot of servers to manage. They are all in the racks and whatever it is. So that means you are connecting to TCS. Through TCS, you are connecting to Citibank, and you are connecting to Citibank data center, and you are creating a users, I mean servers and patching and lot of server management you are going to do for Citibank. So here, along with you, you are the system administrator team. Along with the TCS is also supporting for the database team, another team, network team, security team. Otherwise, Wipro is managing only like database team. So that like Wipro team is managing the database. You are managing the servers. Some other team is managing the monitoring. Some other team is managing the security. Some different companies. So you need to create a users for these people. You need to create a security for these people. You need to create a passwords. You need to create all these things. So that is the one more way. Like you need to understand where we are going, how we are starting the jobs and all. So I hope everyone understand this point also. If anyone not clear, let me know. Anyone, everyone good? So now coming to once you understand that, the next most important point is where is these servers? These servers may be physical server, this server may be VMware server, this server may be cloud server that you are going to manage. Citibank may be using main critical applications on physical server. Small servers and applications are VMware. Some development and QA environments all they created in the AWS. But as a system administrator, you need to manage all the servers. So VMware servers and all. So anyone not clear, let me know about this. Shravya, you got this meaning? The servers, which servers are you going to manage? Which server and which server you
Yeah.
are going to create the users?
Yeah.
For customer point of view, doesn't matter whether the server is coming from physical, virtual, or cloud servers. So all are the servers you are going to manage. That is the one more important. So all the servers you can take the any server, doesn't matter only IP address or server name, you can connect to the server using the IP address and that's all. So once you connected, then you can able to start your job. I connected as a super user, that is the root. That root user and root password is provided by the client to us so that we can connect to the system and we can start not practice, we can start working on those servers. I hope everyone understand this part also. Then what are the different users I just explained? We have the users like root user, we have like users like system users, we have some application users also, we have normal users also. So root user ID is always 0 and system IDs like always like 1 to 99. System IDs means sometime your Linux system also working for as a users. Suppose in your Linux server there is a printer application. That printer application is managed by the Linux operating system itself as a user like printer user. That means some of the users are working for the for to manage the some of the services also. That is the one more important. You guys understand or not this point?
Could
You
you please
got
repeat?
it right? Got it right?
Could you please repeat?
Some of the applications, right? So some of the applications are uh, some of the applications are running. Those applications are managed by the application user. For example, you installed the Microsoft SQL database. Then there is a database user is created. You got it? Suppose MINSTALL install MySQL. Suppose I'm trying to ID MySQL. There is no such user, right? ID means to see whether the user is there or not. We'll talk about that. After installing the software, there is a user is creating called like MySQL user. That user is managing the MySQL software in this Linux. You got the meaning? These are like application users. Um, you understand or not?
Yeah.
You got it right?
Mm-hmm.
This is used different user. Postgres user we are installing. Okay, anyhow. So the meaning you understand, right? Some of the application need an application users and system users also. Some of the system need to work. So this we don't need to remember. Just understand. Oh, there is a system users also there. Like for example, CentOS. CentOS is the user created by cloud application, not for the user. You got it? So, like these are all of the NFSD, some FTP file sharing. For file sharing purpose, this user is used by the system itself. So, like some system users. So now coming to here, the points are like first point one. What is our topic? Our topic is our topic is user administration in Linux. Okay, in user administration, what is user? You understand we need users. You understand what are the different users. You understand each user is having some IDs. User IDs also is there. So that these are like a root user. It has the complete privileges. These are all operated by the system itself. System needs some users. System using these users and all. These are like application users. If you install the one application, that application is used by this user. So that is the one more important. Now coming to there is a normal user. That means normal like a database user, application user. So these are all are the normal users. Application users means whoever is managing the application. That means Java developer. You are the Java developer. You are the Python developer. You are the something like that. Okay. So that means like those are all are the normal users. So anyone any questions here? You got it right.
How it can, sir, how it can we find out that which is the ID? Like it is a root user or a system user through.
The root ID is the command. Like only one root user is there. The name itself. Like if you log in into the user, after that. But first of all, I already explained about this. If you log in into the system as a root user, you always get the hash prompt. The other than root user, always dollar prompt. You got this point right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So that is the root user and normal user and all. So once you log in into the system as a root user, only root user can create the normal users. Root user can create the normal users. So that means now we are going to discuss about how to create users, how to manage the users and all. So at least you are in the user, like you can see what user you are in. Now another command you understand. id is the command to see what are the user you are. Like along with you, so many people are connected. You can see how many users are connected like this by using who is the command. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, can we set up any permissions for the user?
Yeah, that we will discuss in few minutes. Yes. Yeah, the first part is we are understanding. First, at least you need to understand what are the users, why we need users, what are the different users we have. Now, how to create a user. Once we create it, then we will set up the permission for the user. Yes,
Okay.
you are all with me, right? So then creating user is very simple. One day, one person in your company joined as a Java developer, and he is created a ticket to create the user administration. Then you can connect to the server, and then you can create a user. Suppose user add is the command, and whatever username. Can anyone share your screen so that I will create your username? At least one person always should take the volunteer to share your
I'll do
screen.
that. I'll
I'll
do that.
do it, sir.
Shravya,
Yeah.
right?
Anyway. Yeah. Someone else also.
Yeah,
It's
anyone?
okay. Sir.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that.
Yeah, Shravya. Imagine you are the Java developer. You joined as a developer for Citibank. I joined as a system administrator. You requested me to create a user like Shravya, and I change your password PASSWDSHR VYA. Okay, I change the password. Welcome, welcome. That's all. Now you can start your job by connecting to this user. That's all.
Okay.
So that's the way this user administration will work. Now, can you connect to this system? So that I need to provide the username, password. I need to provide you IP address, username, and password. So
Okay.
the password is welcome123, and password is welcome123. IP address is this one. So I shared with you the IP address. So you can connect to this system, and you can start. Okay, just you can try to access SSH. She is connecting from the MacBook, so that she is connecting from the terminal. SSH and the server name
Just a
SSH,
second.
and the IP address 184.73.39.198.
18473
Yeah.
119.
Mm-hmm. No. 184.73.39.
Oh, sorry.
19 39.198.
198. Okay.
Yeah,
Center.
enter. Yeah. So no. Actually, just can you say Control C?
Okay.
You are connecting as a user, right? SSH Shravya at the rate of that IP address. Yes. At the rate of, it means you are connecting to the system as a Shravya user. You
Okay.
understanding what you are doing, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Password welcome 123.
Password welcome. Just welcome. I
Welcome.
think
Okay.
welcome or welcome 123. Yeah. You
Yeah.
connected, right? Can you see
Yes.
this? You connected as a dollar prompt. Why dollar prompt?
You don't have all the like dollar is normal user.
Normal user. You connected to system as a normal user. That's why you got the dollar prompt. Can you try to reboot the system? Reboot
Yeah.
is the command to restart. Reboot, you can't able to because you don't have permission. Can you create one
Yeah.
user like a Mike or KV or any user? User add and try to create. You don't have
You
permission, right? User add add one single word.
command what?
User ID is single user, one command.
Okay.
User add is the single command. So you don't
Permission
have,
denied.
right?
Yeah.
So that means you have only permission to limited operation. Can you try to access like Python? Just to Python enter. Imagine you are the Python developer. Python and enter. Yes, you are into Python console.
Okay.
You can able to do Python job now.
Okay.
You don't care about the server is AWS or wherever, doesn't matter. You got the prompt and you are going to write the code for Python. So
Sure.
that means this is the way how people are working. Some other person is the MySQL developer, so we can give the MySQL installation and we can provide the MySQL prompt to him so that he can start his job.
Sure.
You got it, or still confusion about this?
I
So
understood.
it perfectly got it, right?
Yeah.
So how the now you understand what is the user, what user will do and all. Now how to create a user? Before creating user, we need a group. Why do we need group? Means group is the team, like all database team, all system admin team, all Unix team, like whatever teams. The team is the group. So now we are going to discuss about group related operation. First we will discuss about group related operations, then we will go by one. Before proceeding, now we are starting actual user administration. Okay, so group means anyone not clear, let me know. Everyone clear? group group add is the command. Very simple words actually. So group add, suppose DBA group. Imagine there is a teams like DBA. That's all. Once you created, after 1 month someone is asking, can you create the group for Unix? Yes, you can able to create. One day one more guy asking you Java group. That's all. You know how to create the group. So you know very well how to create the group. Now you need to know how many groups are there. You need to know. Now you are very clear about how to create a group. By default, it is creating one of the group ID. It is taking by default one of the group ID. So suppose where these groups are created, there is a file called etc groups. Groups is the command. etc group is the command. To file, you can see this is the file. It is maintaining all of your groups which you created. Just now I created some groups. Those information is there under etc group. Now you are very clear about where the group information. Anyone not clear, let me know about how to create a group. Then how to see whether the group is created or not. Yes, you know how to create, how to see. Then you don't want group, you group group del is the command. How to add, how to delete, how to, very simple, right? How to see, that's all. Group del unix, that's all. Group is deleted. So group add, group del, group mod. I don't want the group ID for this. This is, I don't want this ID for this. So that I want to modify group mod. Okay. Hyphen G, new group ID you can give like 109 or something like that. So you can give that one. That's all. You are all set. You are modifying the group like this. If you see, the group is modified. So that only three commands: group add, group del, group mod. The group information is there in this file. One day someone is deleted this file. That file, we have the another file called group hyphen. That is the backup file for the group. Group hyphen is the file. It is maintaining the same information. It is the backup for that. So can you see this? We modified there, but still it is there. It will take time to modify. So that means the group hyphen is the backup file for the original file. Anyone not clear? Let me know about this. Group related, only 4 commands.
So under this group, we will be adding the users.
That we'll talk about. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah. So first of all, now tell me about group. Tell me about group, Sravya. Quick, very quick. What is group? Simply we can say team.
Yeah.
Teams in our company. So how to create a group?
Group add
Group add.
is the command for the group to
Yeah,
create a
group
group.
add and group name. That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
How to delete the group?
Group del.
Group
How
del.
to modify?
Group mod.
What?
What you are going to modify? Only group
Group
ID.
add.
We can
Group ID.
modify only group ID.
Group ID.
What is the configuration file for this group?
More
More
forward slash
dash
etc.
X.
Yeah, etc group. I already explained some time back, like etc is the configuration file for all configurations, right? So that etc group is the configuration file for these groups. That means all groups which you created using command line is sitting in this file. Okay. Suppose if someone is deleted the group file, how to recover?
Group.
Group hyphen.
Group hyphen.
We have the group hyphen file, we can use the group hyphen file also. So that's all, we are all set. So I don't worry, we will discuss a lot here. Even for each chapter wise, we can create like some questions, all interview questions, like chapter by chapter. This user administration, almost 54 interview questions are there. So like each chapter wise we can create the uh, questions also. Okay, but at least now you are very strong in the group related. So if you take like group information, first you understand what is group, you understand how to create group, how to delete group, how to modify, where the group information, if someone is group file deleted, then how to recover. That's all, we are all set with the group. So now coming to the user. Before going to user, any questions here about group?
No.
No, right? So then coming to user. User means now you got the who is the user, right? So
Yeah.
like Java developer is the user, for example. MySQL administrator is the user. So other than root user, we don't have user actually. Other than us, everyone is having the user. Why we don't have user? We log in into the system as a root user. We are the super user. So now you are very clear about that. Then coming to what is the user, like DB user and Java user, these are all are the users, you understand. Then how to create a user? Same story. User add mic or whatever, KV, any user KVR. That user, if the user is already there, it won't take KVR or some other user like so Sam1. So we have the user's creation and all. Now you know how to create the user. So you don't want this user del. That's all. User
That
add
rm
user del.
command is for to delete a
That is
file.
the directory deletion.
Okay.
This is the user del.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, user add, user del, and like while creating the user, by default, if you are not provided anything by default, it will create default options. So while creating the user, you need to make sure on which group ID you want to define for this, on which group you want to add him. This is the way how you can add the user to this group. Sravya, you understand now, right? We can create a
Yes.
group, then while creating the user, we are saying add this user to this group, assign this user to user ID for this, and you can go with secondary. Sometime they will work with the secondary groups also. Sometime that means he is working with the two teams, so that the secondary group you can assign this, and he can work with some directory, so that you can provide, and he will work with some shell environment, some comment, then create the user. So I will explain one by one. That means while creating user, you need to provide one user ID, one group ID, secondary group, directory you want to provide. That means while once he connected, he should work with some directory, right? You understand? His own directory.
Mm-hmm.
Savia got it?
Yes.
Understand or not? If you see in your user, you connected to, you are still connected, right? To your
Uh-huh.
desktop, your server.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Still, yeah. So can you see, like, can you quit that? Exit colon, exit, double, yeah, double colon. I mean, exit brackets.
Like this. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
brackets, just brackets.
Like this.
Yeah, enter. Yeah.
Okay.
సో అందుకనే నేను అప్పుడప్పుడు కొంచెం కొంచెం మనం నేర్చుకుందాము అనుకునేది. ఎందుకో తెలుసా అండి, మీకు బయటికి రావడం కూడా తెలియలేదంటే మనకే చూడండి, ఆలోచించండి కదా. So
Uh-huh.
sometime we need to explore more. So anyhow, so now coming to PWD, on which directory you are in, under home, enter. Yeah, where
Home.
are you? Where is your user ID? User directory.
Home.
Under home, Sravya.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that, right?
Yeah.
In the same way, in the same way, if I go to the user under root directory, root user, if I switch to KVR user, then PWD, you can see under KVR. Means while creating, what directory you want to assign to that particular user. You got it? You got the meaning of D, right?
Yeah.
Anyone not clear about -u, the switch while creating the user, -u, -g, -D directory. So up to this part, anyone not clear, let me know. I will explain one more time. This is 200% interactive session, okay? It's like we no need to be hurry, and I don't care about how much you paid and how much time it is taking. So we need to understand each and every point, okay? Make sure everyone should understand every point. Yeah, go ahead. Anyone, any questions here? Rajesh?
So one
What
time
is
more. So one.
Yeah,
can you,
go ahead.
yeah, can you repeat once, sir?
No, the meaning of you. First of all, you understand what we are doing. We are
Yes, sir.
creating a user, right?
User with a specific group and
User add mic. You can create using this option, but it will take all the default values to create. But I don't want to default values. I want to give my own directory, own ID, own group, own secondary group, own directory. Like that, I want to provide so that I can give the complete path with syntaxes. That's what we are doing. You understand this point, right? In that case, if you want to provide the user ID, you need to say -u option. ID is whatever it is. You want to provide switch like -g to provide the group. Group may be Java group, group may be .NET or whatever group team you have. You got this part now. So the capital G means,
Excuse me, sir.
sorry,
Sir, we have this same class tomorrow also.
why?
I have to leave now, so I am asking if I can join tomorrow.
Yeah, we have the tomorrow also. I will share the recording session as well to you.
Okay. And this
Yeah,
is it. 1 hour class. This is 1 hour
this
class.
is 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours
3 and a
class.
half. Okay,
3 hours.
sir. Sorry to leave right now. I will join tomorrow same time.
Yeah. Take this number and you can contact to our team also. Okay. In the meantime,
Okay, sir.
yeah. Take this
Yeah.
screenshot. You have
Okay.
everything with
Thank
the
you.
syllabus and all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now coming. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Sravya, you got it right. Rajesh, the
Yeah.
meaning of -g,
Yes,
-d.
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
-s means shell environment, working environment. I will explain more about shell, at least his working profile. -c means just comment. Comment means like this user is on, so like comment kind of thing. That's, yeah. I know who is talking. Yeah, go ahead. Manish, right? Anyone, any questions here? Go ahead, anyone. Suppose if he is the contract employee, his account is expire in 2 months or 3 months, for example. So you want to give the hyphen E is the one more key. Like that, we are just trying to understand some switches while creating the user. Without giving this, it will create the user, but with giving this option, it will create our own users, own groups and all. So that is the one more important. Any questions, anyone, about
Sir,
user creation?
why we use capital G actually?
Capital G means like you are working for the DBA and also you are working for apps DBA. If you are working two teams, then capital G is the another group. That
Secondary
means
group,
you
right,
are
sir?
part of the two groups now. Small g means primary group, capital G means secondary groups. Got it?
Sir, and for small e actually, E is
E is
used
the
for.
expiry date. He is the contract
Okay.
employee. After 1 month, his account is going to expire. Or after 2 months, like you want to set up like that. Got it?
Sir.
So now you are very clear about how to create a user. If you don't want how to delete the user, you want how to modify the user, whatever parameter you want. Now he is the person in DBA. You don't want to DBA. You want Java group. You want to modify him as a Java group so that he become Java group now. He is part of the Java group now. And this is the one of the important point here. User del is the command to delete the user. So but the directory belongs to that user, like this is still there. I don't want to keep it that. If I say hyphen r recursively means it will delete entire thing along with the it will delete entire thing along with the this one. That is the most important. If you are not clear, let me know. I'll explain again.
Hello, this is Ramesh. I have a question.
Yeah, go
Suppose
ahead, sir.
I created a user and I installed some softwares within that user. So in case if I delete that user, it will delete everything within that
That
user
means like
around.
user level we never do the applications and all. That's why the application users are always different, like apps DBA, like that we can create some application users are different from this user. You got
Okay.
it?
Yeah, got it. I mean, in case if I delete application user, what will happen? The
Definitely it
applications
will
and everything.
delete the definitely if you say hyphen r, whole home directory will delete and your data also going to delete. Everything is gone.
Okay. If I don't give hyphen R, it only deletes the user
User,
and
so that you can recreate the user, you have the everything data and you can just start again working.
okay. And I
Yeah,
have another question. Suppose while creating the user, if I don't provide any these options, I mean hyphen U, hyphen G or anything,
yeah,
so then what will be the default group and what is the default
this is
user
the one.
ID?
Can you see this? There is a one command, we can there is a one file, they keep it like all the default values and we can create. If you say this, you can see the all the default directory, default scale, default home directory, all these options, default group. Got it? So there
Okay.
is a file called etc login dot login user add is the command. That file maintain the default values. If you create without providing any value, it will take these values are the default. You got it right?
Yeah. So for every user, it will take the default values of the.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
From this file.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem. So then coming to so this user is created perfect. The user, where is the user information? The user information is under this file, same as a group information, right? User information, you created a user on which directory this group is sitting. So if you say this is the thing. So any questions, anyone? You got it or no?
Yeah, got it. Sir, I have another question. Suppose I created a user today, so is there any way to check when that user was created?
Only administrator can check. ID is the command to check whether the user is created or not.
No, no, I mean when it was created,
Oh, when
today
it
or
was
yesterday.
created, that is the logs, auditing logs, not from here. There is no option directly from here when this was. Otherwise, fin gear finger Mike, there is a utility. We need to install this utility to check the whole information about user. This command is not working. That means the utility. These are the third party. Some packages are there. Those we need to manage. But other option is the auditing logs. I will show you. That is the place where we can see.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. There is a logs. I will show you that. So now you are very clear about the user related, how to create user, how to delete user, how to modify user, how to delete with -r option. What are the options here while giving, and how to see whether user is created or not, and on which location, on which file it is maintaining all the users. In case someone is deleted the password file, password hyphen is the backup file for the password. So now you are very clear about that. So by default, all the user default directory is here. So default user parameters are coming from this directory, and there is another file login dot definition. Like this is the one file. It is maintaining the default group IDs and some other like see user IDs, group user maximum how many users, from where it is starting, some default like minimum password using like how many days the password is working, and minimum password, minimum days password is valid. I mean not valid. Suppose you, if I say 2 year, you can't change the password after 2 days. I mean before 2 days. So minimum number of days the password need to change. The maximum password length and max warning days. Warning days, you know, right? Warning means it is giving you the warning, like how many days, like before password change, how many days it is going to change and all. So that is the one more important. So any questions, anyone?
Sir, this warning message is for every user in the
No.
system, or
Yeah, by default every user. Otherwise, yes, these are for all users. Yes,
okay.
for
Suppose
user
let's
one
say,
specific user. Yeah, specific user and all we can define. Yes, in few
okay,
minutes I will
okay,
explain that. Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah,
So
thank
at
you.
least outline is the default user related stuff and all. So now coming to this is completely about user related. Okay. So yeah, please go ahead. Who want to take volunteer on this user related information fast? Can someone repeat like just what is user first of all? Database persons and networking people, security people, these Java developers, Python developers, all are the users. How to create a user?
User ID.
User 8,
How to delete?
User
User
del.
del,
user del,
How to modify?
user mod,
User
user
mod.
emoting,
User mod, that's all. So suppose how to delete the user as well as user home directory?
user del
user,
User
hyphen,
add username
user,
user del hyphen r.
dash d.
User del hyphen
user
r is
del
the option
hyphen
to
r.
delete the home directory also. So then where is the user information? How to see the user ID?
Username hyphen
ID,
u,
Just ID. ID is the
ID.
ID
ID
hyphen
is the
u.
just So ID is the command. So then coming to where is the password, where is the user information? This review may be maximum 1 minute. Where is the user
Sla
information?
slash etc pass wd.
Password. etc password is the file, it will maintain the user information. Where is the in case if someone is deleted the user file, I mean password file, how to recover? This is interview question.
Password hash
Yeah, we have
hyphen.
the password hyphen file hyphen. Okay. So then coming to where is the default user information?
etc default
Yeah, etc
pass.
default user add is the one
Right.
command. etc login dot def, remember now, right now. Okay, so that is the one more important. Then coming to while creating the user, we are giving some options like hyphen u. What is hyphen u?
It's a user ID.
User id.
User id. Hyphen g.
Hyphen C. It's a group.
Group
Group
Hyphen
primary
d.
group. Hyphen d is a directory.
directory.
Sorry.
Hyphen
My
c.
A comment.
Hyphen s.
Shell.
Shell.
Hyphen c. Comment. Hyphen c is the comment.
Comment.
Hyphen s is the
Comment.
shell. Hyphen
Shell.
e.
expiry
Hyphen
date.
E for
Expiry date.
expire.
Expire.
Expiry.
Expiry date.
Expiry of date.
That's all. That's all. Now we know all the user management and group management. We remember also most of the time. If you go through one time, that's all. That's all. You are all set. Okay. So now coming to password information. So this is also very much important. Okay, we'll talk about one by one. So before proceeding, any questions here? I need 5 minutes break. Then we will start the password related stuff and all. Okay.
Sir, I have a question. So here we are defining user ID for user
Mhm.
and group. Also, groups are also having some ID, right? Is both are same or different?
No, you can give the group ID here instead of group name. Also, you can give the group ID. That's all. That means this guy is going to that group.
Okay. No, no, my question is
No, no,
different,
I
sir. I
understand.
mean,
Group ID is different. User ID is different.
okay.
Both are
So
different.
for users, you said, I mean, normal user, the IDs ranges this, and for the same way, the groups are also having a different.
Yeah, in the
Uh,
same file, login.def file, it is maintaining the from user IDs and group IDs also.
okay.
Minimum group ID from 6,000 to 2. These are like, don't stress yourself about this technology, what we are talking, but outline. Yes, you don't need to be too much stressed. Just outline, oh, user group, user add group. And this is like, only interview purpose. Once you get into the company, this process is completely changed. So I will
Okay,
explain
sir.
how. Yeah, the meaning is they will use the centralized user and we can integrate with AD again. This is also, so that's what the software. So learning software is different from the work. The reason is in work environment there is a many things we are learning that is not related to us. For example, AD, Active Directory, is the one of the centralized user. So the user environment that is going through Unix as well as AWS as well as all tools wherever we are connecting. So that means this AD is managed by security team or some Windows team or whoever. So, but we need to integrate our Linux server with AD. That part is the important. I will explain. But for that also you need to understand the basic stuff like how the user is working, how the environment is working. We need to understand everything. Okay. So then coming to the password related stuff, I will explain after a few minutes. Okay. I hope everyone understand. Thanks for joining. So in the meantime, you can share it with your friends if anyone interested for this course. Okay. They can also attend. Okay. Just to take this screenshot also. Okay. Yeah. Thanks everyone then. Anyone feel like fast, slow? Sometimes, I don't, sometimes we may go a little fast and all. Okay. You need to control and you need to interrupt me. So that's all. Thanks everyone then.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, now coming to group user password related stuff, right? So password related means, like, suppose one day the guy is forget his password, so we may need to reset his password. So that is the one thing. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So now coming to password related. One day user is forget his password, so we need to reset his password. So first of all, once user is created, we need to change the user add. Suppose user add, suppose RAM. I created like user add RAM. Then I can change his password, PASSWD RAM. How to reset the password is very simple. Welcome. That's all. So now you are very clear how to reset the password, right? Everyone with me? Rajesh, Ramesh, Shravya,
Yes, sir. I'm
everyone
So,
with me, right? So now you are very clear about how to reset the password. One day, suppose Ravia, she asked me to reset password to create. Once she create the ticket, then uh, we can go to the PASSWD SHRVYS Ravia and whatever, like, sorry, PYA. Okay, so we can reset the password. That's all. This is very easy and simple thing. Once you reset the password, this password information is there under one file, that is shadow. User information is in password file, right? Shadow is the file. It will maintain all password information. User information is in password file. Password information is in shadow file. See, I changed the password for this user. That's why you can see that. So for this user, I'm not changed the password. I'm not added any password. So just whenever you change the password encrypted key is here. So that is the way. One more important. So same password hyphen is the shadow hyphen is the password backup file. Any questions here about how to reset the password? What is the password file? What is the password? I mean, what is the shadow file? Shadow hyphen file, and and there is a, suppose you want to lock his account, you want to see the status of the password. One day he is saying I'm not able to log in. One day customer says I am not able to log in, then you can say like password hyphen s and kvr. You can see his status hyphen capital S, whether it is locked or something like that. Suppose sometimes if the account is locked, suppose if I say L to lock the account, L to lock the account. Now if I say status, it is saying locked. then they will not able to log in. If I lock account, so they can't able to log in into the system. For example, suppose PASSWD-L and Sravia. So now she can't able to log in. Once she connected, she can't able to log in because her account is locked. You understand? I mean, how can I say her account? So if I say Sravia, you can see her account is status is saying locked. That means now you are very clear about how to check the password status, how to lock, how to unlock, how to delete the password. I don't want password to set. You can -d so that that user don't have any password.
Sir, how to modify the password or reset the
Modify
password?
means change password. That's all. Just password
What
and
is the
user.
hyphen used for?
-u means unlock. You already locked, right? So
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, got it, sir.
yeah, you want to unlock and you want to delete. That's all. You don't want that password anymore. You can delete them.
So locking, unlocking only admin can do.
These are all admin jobs, our job.
Okay. Okay.
Everything is admin job only.
Sir, means
So,
to reset the password, we have to PASSWD password and
yes,
username.
to lock. L means lock. Without L, you can give the username. Then it will ask you to change the password. Without hyphen, suppose see like this. You got it? So I explained just now this one. This is also this. So anyone not clear about any of these options, let me know very fast. These options.
Uh, Only if the account is locked will he be not able to log in.
Then we can unlock. If it is locked, we can unlock the account.
Okay. Are there any other reasons? I mean, if only if the account is locked, he can't log
No,
in.
there is many. Yeah, I will discuss. That is in troubleshooting part. We will discuss in few minutes or tomorrow. Yeah, you got it right. Troubleshooting. We are just understanding the knowledge first. Then why he is not able to log in. What are the different options to troubleshoot? We'll discuss that. Those are all. So then coming to these options you already understand. So this is the one more most important thing. The important thing here is like aging parameters. CHAGE means aging parameters. The aging parameters will do like when it is your account is expired, when it is like aging. The word is clearly saying right, aging parameter. So password expiry, password inactive, account expiry, minimum number of days password change. These are all settings you can change whenever you want. So you want to see the current one like chage-l is the command to check the existing existing parameters. You want to change these parameters, I will explain. So before proceeding, any questions, anyone? So that is the one. So I want to change this. That's all. You want to change whatever minimum value. Minimum password age is like 90 days. So that means after 90 days it is going to you can't change the password of after 90 days like that. Just meaning you understand, that's all. So if you understand this, sometimes you can say like never expiry. How to set the never expiry? So you can say instead of -1 day, that means it never come -1 day, right? That's why it never expire. So sometime how to set up the never expiry for this account. So that is also one more important. Now you are very clear about user related stuff like how to change, how to check the aging parameters. If not clear, let me know about this. I will explain again.
Can you please repeat again, sir?
Means age, the word you are understanding, right? Aging parameter, aging and age means So that is the one. So if you see CHAGKVR, then it will give you the how many number of days it is going to expire, last password change when you changed it, and when it is going to expire. You got it? Suppose when this account password is expired and all these details are given by the this command. So you want to change this without giving that value, without giving -l, you just say KVR. That's all. You understand? So
Yeah.
like for example, this one expiry is never, right? It says. So instead of that, I want to give the expiration date. So password expiration and account expiration. So instead of -1 day expiration, 1 day, right? So -1 never come. That's why it is never expire. Instead of that, the expiry date is 5 days. So within 5 days, this account is going to expire, like that. You understand what I mean? So like that, you can change the parameters. You can check the parameters like aging parameters. Someone is asking you, how do you check whether the account, when the account is going to expire? So chage-l is the command to see, check the L, and the username is the command to check all the user expiry date, user account expiry date and all. Okay, so I hope everyone understand this point. You got it right, Sravya?
Yeah.
So once you understand up to this part, like password and this, then there is a we'll talk about this. So now coming to, I just explained where is the group information under etc group file, right? Where is the user information? etc password file. Where is the password information? etc shadow file. You clearly understand these three are different, but one user is same, but files are different files. You group information, user information, password information. You got it? Suppose if there is something like you edit, someone is edit the file and they modified something in the password file, but shadow is not updated. Shadow is not updated. So what is the meaning of that? In that case, there is inconsistency, right? If password file is edited and the shadow file is not edited, you got it? That means there is inconsistency. How to check the inconsistency? pwck is the command. So how to recover the inconsistency? pwcon. Same group level, you want to check any group inconsistency, grpck, grpcon. So that is the one more important. I hope everyone understand the meaning. So anyone not clear, let me know about this pwck, pwcon, grpck, grpcon. Sravya, Rajesh.
Sir, can you show the command in the putty?
Yeah. Means password checking means like, see, for example, I edited etc password, right? So if I edit the etc password and I remove the RAM, but the same information is there in the shadow file. RAM information is there in the shadow file, but it's not there in the password file, right? So that means like if I see pwck, it will clearly says, okay, there is a mismatch in this RAM related, it is there in the other file but not in this. Do you want to create or not? Do you want to recover automatically? If I say yes, it is automatically recovering. You understand? Otherwise, pwconv is the command to recover the file
Okay, sir.
from the shadow. Confusion? Rajesh, Ramesh,
Yes, sir, I'm good. I'm clear.
Um,
any confusion?
No, sir, no.
So the simply the password, like, see, pass here, if there is a user you created, once you create the user information is there in the password file. the password information is there in the shadow file corresponding to the same user. If you modified here and deleted this user, but entry is in this file still, instead of user add, if you do user del, it will delete from both. Instead of that, you edited the file and you deleted the user from password file, but still entry is there in the shadow file. Such type of scenarios called inconsistency in the file. So how to check that type of, is there any inconsistency? PWCK. Yes, there is an inconsistency. You want to recover that PWCon. That's all, very easy, simple. So now coming to same group level. So then coming to the most important part here is, so yeah, before proceeding, so tell me how to lock the account fast. 1 minute lo idantha review. 1 minute, within 1 minute we need to review these topics actually. Yeah, even 1 minute waste, still it is worth actually. How to lock the account,
-L.
how to
Chase.
unlock,
I can see,
-U.
sir.
how
You
to delete the password,
D-D.
how to check the status of your account,
-S.
hyphen capital S.
Yeah.
Remember that, okay? Where the password information, on which file password information is there?
Shadow.
Yeah, what is the backup file for shadow?
shadow hyphen.
Shadow hyphen.
Hyphen
That's all. Yeah.
shadow.
So suppose like you want to see the your user aging parameters. How to check the aging parameters? CHAGE hyphen L
Yeah.
and username. How to change these aging parameters?
CHA and
Change username.
Chase.
Chase
Just
username. That
CHAGE and username. Then you
user.
can enter the val values. Okay, that's all. How to check the password and shadow file inconsistency?
PW.
CK.
Yeah,
WCK PWCONV.
PWCK. And how to recover that?
CONV.
PWCon.
PWCON.
PWCon. CONV conversion, like PWCon. So same group related. That's all. Very easy now. Okay.
GRPCK.
ERBCK. That's all. So then coming to here, how to become a root user, how to log in company, how people are logging. This is the most important. Suppose in companies we never log into the system as a user like root and password. The reason I will explain. But the possibilities are, what are the different ways to log into the system? One is you can provide the root user and a password. Then you can able to log in. But we never do this method. The reason is everyone know the root username and password. That is not secure. First point. Second thing is, you logged into the system as a root. I logged into the system as a root. Shravya, Ramesh, and all Manish, and everyone is connected as a user. Everyone is connected as a user called root, and someone is rebooted, but we don't know who rebooted that. You understand the difference?
Yeah.
So
Right, sir.
that is the problem. That's why the client never give the root access directly to login. The second option is you can log in into your username, then you can you can switch into the root user. Here at least somewhat better, who logged into that, who switched, and we can track that part. But still, everyone need to have the root password. Everyone should have the root password to log in into this. That's why even we never log in into this way also. You understand the second login problem? It is better than this, but because everyone, they can connect to their user first, they can become a root to user, then that means they can switch into the user, then we can track at least who is connected, who is switching and all. So, but it is not recommended. The reason is everyone should have the password of the root. You got this point?
Yeah.
The third option is you can log in into your account first. You can try to log in using sudo access, that is the special permission provided by the root user by using sudo su-root. Then you no need to provide you no need to provide the root password to log in. You can provide your password to log in, so that you no need to have your root password for this. So that, and also everyone, this sudo will record every activities what you are going to do within the system. Everything is recording. If you do whatever you do, everything is going to record. You got it, or still confusion about this?
Sir, in real time,
We
will they
will do
ask
only
us?
this.
Okay.
Even you
So,
are the administrator,
okay.
you will not get direct root access from the client or from company. You will get sudo access, so that you no need of root password, and they will track what you are doing exactly, because the sudo will give the sudo logs. Got it?
How will they set this
That I will
permission?
explain. That explain in few minutes. But meaning how to log in, you understand, right?
Yeah.
Got it or no? So if you want to connect to this system as a root user, then I need to provide you password. Instead of that, I can give you sudo access. That means there is a configuration file like etc sudo access. That is the special permission I'm giving you to switch to root user. That means I'm giving you access vi /etc sudo ers sudo ers file is the configuration file for special permissions. So these permissions I can give anywhere you can give, but how we can give the special permission I will explain. So here shravya, right? So Shravya can able to switch into the root user now. So now you can able to, I just give the Shravya and username and this user. So now Shravya is the user. You can connect to this. Yeah, go ahead. Please log in to your user first. Yeah, you are in Shravya user, right? Now you want to become a root user. You understand what you are going to do now? You understand what you are looking also, right? Shravya? So yeah, can you like make it like, can you maximize this screen? Yeah. So now you want to become a root user. To switch to the root, su-root, su space hyphen space hyphen, yeah, hyphen space root. No, hyphen, yeah, hyphen, oh, hyphen keep. Otherwise say enter. But you need that hyphen, you need to find out that
My
hyphen.
command is not working.
Not
It's locked.
command, hyphen
No, no, no,
keyboard
no.
space.
My terminal is not working. It can reboot. I need to reboot.
Oh, okay. So no problem. Let me, no need to reboot, just wait for that. Let
Can
me
I do
connect
that?
to, yeah, you can. Otherwise, let me connect to that as a Shravya user. I will explain. So, SHRVVAY Shravya, welcome. So, uh, no, that username is wrong. RSRAVYA.
Son, your
Oh, I think
screen is
your
not
account is
visible.
locked. PSSAWD hyphen view. If you remember, I locked your account, right? Yeah.
Sir, we can't see your screen.
Oh. So I'm trying to log in. Your account is locked out. That's why I unlocked it and I connected. So imagine the ID. Imagine the ID. Shravya is connected to this. She want to become as a root, as she is the administrator. Even she is the administrator, she never log in directly by using root, and this passwords you don't have because the client and company whatever they will not ready to give the root access to her directly. Instead of that, they provided the sudo access, and so that she can connect to her user first. Then if she want to become a root, here also it will ask root password. Here also it will ask root password. Instead of that, if I say sudo in front of this, if I say sudo in front of this, that means what it does, it will look for, if you type sudo, then it will look for the etc sudo ers file. Is this user is have this access or not? You understand? Anyone not clear? Let me know. Manish,
Sir, sir.
everyone good, right? So it will look for this file, then it will ask your password. Can you see this? Shravya password, not the root password.
Okay.
So she can become a root. So instead of root password, it is asking Shravya password. I hope everyone understand this. If anyone not clear, let me know. I'll explain 1, 2 times, 3 times also. So that is the most important thing. So I hope everyone clear about sudo to root access. So in company, so what is the file for this sudo access? etc sudo ers. In this file, we need to define the, so you can define anywhere. So, but better is there is a one entry already root entry. You just define there, so that she can able to do whatever the commands we provided here. She can able to do that. Suppose there is another user called uh, uh, kvr user, another user called kvr user. Okay, what happened?
Sir, we can write all, then also it will work.
Yeah. I mean, so like root access or like whatever the commands you want. Suppose this is the normal user, he want to do chown command. Only command level, switch to root, switch to Oracle, switch to some any whatever they want. The customer is giving you information. I need this command to execute, so that you just username and this one you need to add. That's all. Sometimes the whole group you
So the
want to enable. Yeah, go ahead. Sometimes the whole group you want to perform the some change, like whole group can switch into the root, or switch it to, they can run this command. That percentage dba is the option in this file will help you to enable the access for whole team. That is the one more important. I hope you guys understand this meaning of this also. Like the group level access, the group level access means like what is the group level access to provide. So just open this file and edit that, and you can able to enter into that. So that is the way how we can provide the group level access. If anyone not clear, let me know about this. Anyone? You got it right, Sravya? Lakshmi, are you understanding? Vijay Lakshmi. Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
You are understanding, right? Yeah, we have one more week, right? So suppose like one whole week. So learning this is nothing. Don't worry. Okay, if you are not understand it this time, maybe in tomorrow session. Otherwise, I will share this recording also. So I will share this recording. Just to go through that. You can start practice, and you can contact in our teams. I will be available always. I will guide you also. So it's not difficult actually. Only thing is we need to spend another little bit of time. That's all. Spending time is will give you a lot. Okay.
Sir, can we actually practice today and come up with questions tomorrow morning?
Yeah. That's what you can do. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want actually. If you guys are supporting, like I will help a lot. So now coming to what is sudo ers file now? To provide the special permission for a user or group. So what permission do you want? You can provide the respective permission. For example, imagine Sravya is the L1 engineer. She can do only user administration, for example. You understand what I mean? These
Yeah.
two people are doing only user administration. So that you can go to the file and you can say user administration related stuff, this thing. So now Sravya can able to do only user add command. So that means like imagine SHA, imagine um, this is the Sravya, right? Sravya is the user, she connected. So you can see ID. Sravya is the user, she connected with her user. So she want to know what permission she has. You understand? Before executing, she want to know what permission she has. You understand the meaning?
Yeah.
So for that like sudo hyphen l is the command to know what permission she has. Got it? It is clearly saying she has the permission like root.
Okay.
So that means this is the command she can able to execute. That is the meaning. So if we say sudo and type this command, it will execute. That's all. Got it? Now
Okay.
she become as a root. So something while creating, look like I provided another sudo access to you, right? So this is mic. That's why we don't have the user add command. Suppose mic and kb user, right? Suppose su hyphen mic. So what mic can do, like sudo hyphen l is the command. So welcome. I don't think password is my password for mic is different maybe. PASSWD mic. So now mic is connected. Mic is trying to do what permission he has. He has the permission only user add command. You got it? If he type like user add, suppose you want to create some user like SHIVA, he can't able to create because he don't have direct permission. But if you type like sudo and the user add Siva, he can able to, because in front of the user add command, if you provide sudo, then it will look for the sudo ers file, and it will look for the sudo ers file, and it will try to allow to execute. Can you see that the difference? Directly it is not allowing, but sudo and it is allow. The reason is whenever if you enter sudo command, then it will look for the etc sudo ers command file is provided by the administrator access, and if he is valid, then he can able to do. That is the most important thing about the sudo. If anyone not clear about sudo and this login, what are the different ways to log in and all, let me know very quick. Anyone?
Sir, actually, I lost you for 5 minutes.
Who? Oh, okay. I think you will get the recording also. The special
Okay.
permission, like we are like we just provided the a special permission like root access and user level access also we provided like that. I- So now coming to SU, like SU related, we will discuss. Before proceeding, any questions about sudo access because this is really important. I'll explain one more time. What is sudo access? It is the
Root
special
privileges
permission. Yeah, it is the
to the
special
user.
permission assigned to the user, right? What is
Yes,
the
sir.
configuration file for that?
VI
etc
etc.
sudo ers.
Yes.
etc sudo ers. So in that, how to provide this line you need to remember. That's all. So username all equal to all, and what command they were looking. Whatever command they are looking, we need to provide that command. That's all. Then how to provide the group level permission? Percentage of the group.
Percentage group name.
Yeah, percentage group name. That's all in that file. Can we create can we give multiple users? Yes, we can give the multiple permission for the multiple users also we can give. And also we can give multiple commands also, user del like that also. That's all about the sudo. It's very easy and important, and I showed you in the practical also. If still not clear, let me know, I will explain.
Sir, will the user able to add another users?
No. User can able to add another user if he is having the sudo access to user add command.
Okay.
So that means like that's what here I am showing. So for example, Mike is the user, right? How can we check like what permission he has? Sudo -l is the command to check what permission he has. He has only user add command. So he can
Okay.
do user add. Suppose if he try to user add like kv9, it is not allowing because he is the normal
Okay.
user. That's why it is looking direct command. Instead of that, if I say sudo this command, it will work. Why? Because whenever you type the sudo, then it will look for the etc sudo ers file, and this user is, then it will understand this user is having access on this command or not because of sudo file. Got it?
Yeah.
Savya?
So he's converting himself as a root user, right?
Exactly
In
at the time of creating this user, because this user is added to the sudo ers file, and only he can execute whatever the command we mentioned.
okay. So he can't perform any other operations like
No,
delete and
he
okay.
can't do any other things. He can do only things whatever the commands we provided. Suppose, for example, if we say like sudo -l, it will give you Alexa, stop it. So here the it will give you the commands what he can do. It will give you what are the commands he can able to only do these operations. Got it?
Yeah.
Still confusion?
Clear.
No. Clear, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you understand that, So like for example, if he is asking another command, so as a root user, you can provide the go to sudo access and you can look for the his user where we provided already some permission. Where is that? Yeah, this user, right? Whatever mic user. So mic user. So instead of that, instead of user add, you want to another group, another permission like user del. You understand?
Yeah, we can alter the permissions here.
Yeah, we can alter the permission whatever they want. Now Mike is connecting to the system and he checking what permission he has. Okay, something wrong with that entry what we provided. So the wrong is maybe spaces or something. So let me go back to the user. Okay, the reason is this user del command, right? So this command is under /sbin. If you remember, sbin is the directory. It will maintain all admin commands. Do you remember that? That's why we need to give the complete path for that user. So now he can do both sbin. I mean, like he can able to execute both the commands like user del and user add.
Okay.
So this is the way we can able to provide both user add and user del commands. So I hope everyone understand this. If anyone not clear, let me know about this user add, user del related and sudo access related. Sudo very easy and simple. Okay. So now coming to su command. So su means switch user. Su means switch user. Just simply we can say su is the command to switch to the any user or root or something like that. So you can switch to any user or root user also. Like for example, you are in one user, you want to switch to the another user, you can say su hyphen su hyphen mic, right? Su hyphen kvr. You can switch to the any user. So but you need to have the password for that. So means you can log in into one user and you can switch to the another user also. You can log in into one user and you can switch to another user as well. So that is the switch user concept. If anyone not clear about switch user meaning, let me know. But here the most important here is what is the difference between su hyphen switch without hyphen switch. Su hyphen switch means you can change the root, I mean user home directory also. Like I'm in this root user. I want to switch to KVR user. So like then I can switch to the KVR user as well as KVR home directory also. Right? Without hyphen, what it does, you can switch to the user but not the directory. Directory you are in root directory. That is the big difference between su hyphen su without hyphen. Anyone not clear about this su hyphen su this thing, let me know. It's very much important. Su hyphen and Rajesh and everyone.
I'm good, sir.
Good, right? So then coming to these are the big topics actually, but yeah, worth to spend time. Okay. Now coming to then real user and effective user ID. Sometimes they will ask you real. Clearly, it is saying real user ID. That means who connected to the system. That is the real. Who is switched into the user. That is the effective user. For example, in this scenario, who is connected? Root, right? Su hyphen mic. Who is switching? Mike is switching. That means who is the real user? Real user is the root user. To check the real user, it is the command. So to change the means like look like this is like I connected beginning like Sravia user, that is the real user. Then I switch to the another user called Mike who I is the command to check on which user you are in. So to check the effect user without hyphen, that is the most important. So anyone not clear, let me know the difference between real user and effect user. Anyone? Yeah, Savia, got it?
I got it.
Yeah, important actually. If not, let me know. Same group ID, real group ID and effective group ID. That is the one more most important. Then coming to shell environment. Shell profile, permissions, and ACLs and all we will discuss. So before proceeding, any questions? Yeah, I need another 2 to 3 minutes break, then we will start. Okay. Meantime, you guys also just because this is the little bit lengthy topics. But if you really understand nothing, this is nothing for us. We are very strong. We can learn many things. But yeah, so just look around. I will come back in on a minute. So now the most important topic is shell. Shell means, shell is the environment where you are connected and you are working, your work environment. Means like shell is not the tool, shell is not the software, shell is nothing. It is just this prompt, this prompt on which shell you are working. So shell is the environment where you are working. That is the most important. Second thing is on which shell you are working. So that means ECHO is the command to display your SHELL shell. Dollar shell is the command to display your shell. So now you can clearly see you are working on bash shell. First of all, shell means it is the environment where you are working. That point you understand. Second thing is what are the different shells we have. How to see the shell environment. Then we have the shells like bash shell, Bourne shell, corn shell, C shell, like we have different shell environments. Yeah. So all the shells are under bin directory. So how to switch from one shell to another shell is very easy. Suppose if I say sh, so you become as a Bourne shell. In foreground, you don't see any difference. In the back end, there is a difference. In the back end, there is a difference. The difference is like in the back end there is a difference. The difference is like it will load all the bash related stuff. It will load the all bash related stuff. That is the difference between bash shell and Bourne shell or corn shell, whatever the shells we have. You guys understand or not? Let me know the meaning. um, Ramesh and everyone, what is shell? It is the environment where people are working. It is this prompt itself is the shell. And how to see on which shell you are. What are the different shells we have? We have the bash shell, Bourne shell, corn shell. By foreground
Seashell.
you don't, yeah, C shell and all. Foreground you don't see any difference. If I say CSH, you are switching to the C shell. That means it is loading all C++ related libraries, modules in the backend. Foreground, we don't see anything. This shell is, whatever the shell is not working, sometime the customers will ask you, this shell is not working, please install. MINSTALL is the command to install whatever the shell they want. So we can install, then this shell will work. Then this shell is going to work for you. So now if I say CSH, you become as a C shell. You are entered into the C shell, but foreground we don't see anything. In the back end, but customers will ask you what shell they want. That's what, while creating, what shell they are looking for. See hyphen shell, right? If you see hyphen shell, sometime whatever the shell we are looking, hyphen s, we provided slash bin csh rsh, whatever the shell. So that means like the based on the shell environment, the work is depends. So now you are very clear about the shell related. Anyone not clear about shell? Let me know. What is shell? What are the different shells we have? Got it? Then coming to here profiles. Profile means every user is having its own profile. Means his login environment and his login related stuff and all. So there is a two types of profiles. One is the root profile, admin profile. One is the user profile. That is the user related profile. The profile means like, see, for example, you can just, if you go to the su hyphen suvn7 is the user add SUVN7, SUVN7. I'm switching to the 7 user, right? I created user, I switch to the 7 user. Then I can see there is a profiles here. LS by default nothing is showing. The profiles are in hidden LA. Hidden files will we can see in LA option. You can see bash profile and these are all the profiles are there. You are understanding everyone, Lavanya, not Lavanya, Sravya. Manish, everyone with me? So tired. Another 5 minutes actually. Okay. I will review tomorrow 5 minutes. Don't worry, all these modules. Then we will proceed next module tomorrow. Okay. But outline we need to understand this is the very big topic and a very much important topic. So, like you can see the profile meaning. Anyone not clear? Let me know what is profile. Why do we need profile? What are the different types of profiles? Where do you see the profiles? What do you see the profiles? So now coming to here, if you see the profile, this profile will define all of his environment. That means like once he logged into the system, this profile is executing it. It will execute all the things. That means the path for him is exported. Suppose in his profile, if I say dot profile, right? Dot profile. If I say something like ECHO echo means display. HELLO hello. I'm just typing something. Instead of that, you can export some profile like a Java path, something. It is going to export it at the time of this guy is logging. So whenever I logged out, so 1 second. Again, I am logging in. Then can you see this? Hello is his profile is executed, and whatever is there is going to display. This profile is coming with saying hello. That's why it is displaying. Got it or still confusion? Everyone with me? Ramesh, you
Yeah,
understand this path profile meaning?
Yeah, yeah, understand, sir.
Any other people? Sravya?
I got it, sir.
Sure, because this is very much important. Sometimes the customers is asking you, hey, please set up this profile for me, like that. So that we need to add that profile to mostly the users itself they can configure. So sometimes we may need to help them, like we need to understand exactly the profile meaning and all. Sometimes they exported wrong URLs in their path and they are running different, and they will come to us only again. We need to understand your login profile is wrong and all. So that way we can enable all these things. So now you are very clear about what is profile and all. Now coming to, for example, ls-, where the profiles are in his home directory, there is a profiles are coming. So like for example logout profile, if you see logout profile, for example I'm telling you, so nothing is there, right? Whenever he exit, logout means whenever he is going to execute, I mean exit, that time this profile is going to execute and it will run whatever is there in that program, in that file. So now nothing is executing, just say logout, right? So instead of that, I want to say something like ECHO echo means display. Say goodbye. So something just information. You understand? So here it is goodbye just for understanding. But in companies, we are running some program while exiting that user. That program will collect all of his activities that and send to the auditing team. You got it what I mean, Ravya? So that means whatever you are this file, it is executing at the time of out. So now while it says goodbye. Can you see this? Because in his logout profile, in login profile, whatever it is mentioned, while it will run and it will display while logging out, it will display while whatever information we mentioned. Okay, that is the most important part. Okay, anyone not clear, let me know. I'll explain about this.
Uh, so this profile is only to a specific user, right?
Yeah, sorry, come again.
I mean, this bash underscore logout and bash underscore profile is only specific to this user, the
Yes,
user
yes,
you connect.
in his user, yeah, in his user, yes. While
Okay.
creating user itself, these profiles are copying from one directory, that is from etc, that is from etc. Scale is the one directory. This is the directory. It will maintain these profiles ls-l a. These profiles are copying from this directory. Just scale directory is the one of the common directory. These files are copying from this directory to this one. So I hope everyone understand this. If not, let me know fast. You guys are good, right? So that is the scale directory, profiles related and all. Then coming to permissions of a user, permission, group permissions and all, I will explain. Before proceeding this user permissions and all, go ahead, any questions here? You may be look like so tired. So these um, permissions and special permissions I will explain on tomorrow. Okay, permissions and special SPE, CIAL, special PER, MI, SSI, specials. We will discuss on tomorrow. Okay, so that is because this is special permissions are very much important actually. So then we will start tomorrow networking or any topics, packages or anything. Okay. So any questions, anyone? Go ahead. And I will also share the all these questions related to this.
Sir, can you share the note actually which you are showing right now?
Yeah, yeah. So I just shared all the questions from this module, which we completed. So I hope everyone clear. If anyone not clear, we'll discuss and we'll discuss those questions also. Look like you
Sir,
guys are a little tired, so we will discuss tomorrow. Yeah, go ahead.
sir, can you share the note which you are
Yeah,
showing
yeah,
right
I
now?
already shared that note. These notes also I already shared with you, with your
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
in your documents I shared, right? In that one of the document is this one.
Okay, okay.
I shared the. You can also prepare in advance. That helps me a lot. Yeah. So that's all I think for now. We'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. Thanks everyone then. So
Thank
yeah. Hi Siva. The class is just completed. You can take my number and you can contact me. I will share this recording. Otherwise, you can just share your email ID, Shiva Gupta. So I think you just joined, right? Shiva, yeah, yeah. So you just joined, right? Just take this number and contact me. I will share with you the complete recording, and tomorrow the same time, like 9 a.m. EST, that would be 6:30 p.m. IST. You can join with the same link, okay? If you want, you can also take this screenshot so that you have the complete details about this course. Yeah, yeah. Thanks everyone. Then we'll meet tomorrow.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, thank you.